fantastic, y'all? Thank you, Brendan Taaffe.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to hear a lot more, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another day of the Daily Antidote of Song. We are at day 1034. Whoop, 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 whoop. As my friend Carolyn lets us know. Oh my God, it's another day of magic to have phenomenal singers and songwriters to share with us. Today we have the great Brendan Taaffe and Blue are going to come and share with us. And thank you and Facebook, all of you all who have joined us today. Welcome. If this is somehow your first time, don't let it be your last, because we jam up in here. I'm Kathy Bullock, coming from Berea, Kentucky, and just delighted to be able to welcome you. On behalf of Carpe Diem Art, behalf of our fearless leader, Joe Rossi, and our tech people like Fantastic Jaden, we just say welcome and thanks. And all of our Zoom people, join me in waving to Facebook, folks. Hey, welcome. Can't you feel the love and the joy? It'd be like this every day. Okay. So the first thing I get to do is welcome all of those of you who are on Zoom and then introduce our mighty music maker for today. So we have, again, I already acknowledged Joe Rossi, who is a director and visionary and a fabulous person altogether. Thank you, Joe, for what you do every day. And Jaden, who is our tech person, keeping everything rolling and things working. Thank you. Jenny, welcome from Suffolk, UK. Bob, welcome. Oh, there's the curly tops. Is that my man Willow? Thank you for coming and joining us. Elizabeth in Portland, Oregon. Denny, welcome. Deborah in Kentucky, down the road a piece from me. Hey, hey. Carolyn. She says, I'm back. Good to see you always. And Susan in Seattle, wonderful to see you. Oh, look at that, Bob in Rockville. 1034 serious days straight that this program has been on. I can't believe it, y'all. Woo! Mama and Papa, curly tops. There is Donna and Leanna. Welcome. Good to see you always. Send you lots of love. Arlene in Berkeley. Welcome. Nancy, good to see you. Kathleen in Albuquerque. Dory and Ollie Maybe. Welcome. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Kathy and Chico. Welcome to join us. And Susan, that's Susan Schreiber Hoda from BC. British Columbia. Bob, welcome. Susan G, always good to see you. And Kate in Charlottesville, Virginia. That's close to home for me. Welcome. Linda from the Orcas Island. Oh, man. Ann from Silver Spring, Maryland. Cricket, hey. See Nancy's cow. Jane in Texas. Storm, always good to see you, and I love to say Storm. Kathy, good to have you. Fred from Silver Spring, greetings. Amanda and Miles. There's Miles. Hey, Miles. Ooh, and there's Amanda. Welcome, Jim in New York City, Annette in California, Kevin in D.C., Mabel with her bears. Everything's right in the world. Mabel and the bears are here. I saw Bob earlier. Julie in Ontario, welcome. Jane in Pittsburgh. There's Lily, Delhi, Phil in Totnes in the UK. Let's see, there's Kat in Vermont. And then those who don't necessarily have their video on, they are with us in, let me see, we got Deborah. We saw Deborah Bronwyn in Victoria, Sandy, Ruth in Birmingham. There's Penny, Lynn, Jane in Maryland, Ray Joe's mommy, Loriana Katina, Courtney in Vermont, and Jillian, I think it is, or Gillian. And all of you, take a deep breath with me and breathe out. Why? Because we can. It's a brand new day that we get to see and hear and enjoy and share and be. Yes. So I get the privilege of inviting Brendan Taaffe, wonderful musician, wonderful songwriter and singer and organizer, and creatively thinks of all these wonderful things. In addition to all his woodworking and all those skills on another level, He is going to be sharing with you songs. Guess what, y'all? Today is the release of his new album, Heap of Horseshoes. And he's doing it right here in the Daily Antidote of Song. Join me in welcoming Brendan.
Hey everyone, thanks for being here. Like Kathy said, this have an album just came out today on Bandcamp. It's a digital-only album in this brave new world that we're all living in, and yeah, I would love it if you could check it out. Here's the thing, though, it's all instrumental, so I'm gonna do some songs that aren't on the album. But thought it'd be nice to play you something from the album. So maybe I'll do that first. I'll play you something from the album, and then we'll sing a couple songs. This is, yeah, I had to remember how it goes. It's called Willow Garden.
Oh, that was great. It was wonderful. And the music sort of takes you to, I don't know, the space of, as you rocked us with the sounds. Talk
Yeah.
to us about that instrument you're using.
Yeah, so this is a gourd banjo, which is the first banjo. I mean, not this actual one, right? But there are a lot of instruments that are very similar to this throughout West Africa. The Akanting in Senegal, the Ngoni in Mali and Senegal and the Gambia, and a number of other instruments that are some version of a vegetable on a stick with a shorter string and then some number of longer strings. There's no instrument that's exactly like this, right? But it's very clearly an African instrument that came over in the minds of enslaved people and was kind of first recreated in Suriname and what's now Haiti. And then in North America became the banjo. And then I'm sure you'll all be surprised that a white man took credit for that. But we know now that it's truly an African instrument. And this particular banjo was made by Jason Romero, who lives in British Columbia in a small town called Horsefly.
Wow. It's beautiful. The instrument is absolutely beautiful. And the song as well. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And more to follow, y'all, on the CD, on the recording. Go ahead.
Yeah, so if you go to brendantaffe.bandcamp.com, here's a little, for those of you who are not trying to make a living as a musician, here's a little like transparency. And mostly people now listen to music on Spotify and other streaming services, and that's a bad deal for us. Every time someone streams on Spotify, I get 3/10 of a penny. Um, so 10 times, I get 3 cents, 100, 1,000 streams, and I can almost buy a latte. The better thing is downloading, and Bandcamp treats musicians better than the other options, which is to say they take less of a cut. And then today is Bandcamp Friday, which is something they started during the pandemic. And the first Friday of the month, they take no cut at all. So if you are able to visit today and pick up the album, then the money actually goes to me, and not to some corporation. So that's pretty exciting. And the album is called Heap of Horseshoes. So I thought we'd sing a song called Heap of Horseshoes, which is not actually on the album, but the lyrics come from my good friend Morris Manning, who's a poet in Kentucky, and this comes from a book of poems of his that's a conversation between a field hand and a divine being known only as Boss. I've got a heap of horseshoes nested in my chest. It's your hand that makes them ring. Till you sing, I'll do the rest. Now that you've had a chance to get that in your ear, I'm going to start from verse 1 again, so you have a slightly better chance of getting the scanning. I've got a heap of horseshoes nested in my chest. It's your hammer makes them ring. Till you sing, I'll do the rest. How I wonder if you're knocking, or if you're fooling me. Are you peeping through the hole? Have you found bony key? When you nestle in my chest box, do you hammer on my rib? I can feel your gentle tap, like a baby in the crib. Oh, my ribs are polished iron, how they sing inside the dark. When I feel your hammer fall, then I see the silver spark. I wish you would lift the latch box and open wide the door. When I feel your hammer fall, then I know what singing's for. I've got a heap of horseshoes nested in my chest. It's your hammer makes them sing. Till you ring, I'll do the rest. Till you sing, I'll do the rest.
Oh, I want to keep going. You sing, I'll do the rest. Till you sing, I'll do the rest. Now, explain to me what this song is talking about.
Yeah. Well, I would say this whole collection of poetry really, and I think this is why I resonate with it so much. It's about like our experience of the divine, and that like being on that knife edge between faith and doubt. And
Oh,
so I
gotcha.
think that there's so much in this, like how I wonder if you're knocking or if you're fooling me. Like, does the divine really exist? Like in those
Mm.
moments where we feel not connected to that. But then there are these hints, like when I feel your hammer fall, I see the silver spark, and when I feel your hammer fall, then I know what singing's for. So I think ultimately it comes around to a feeling of connection to that, but like expresses, not inhabiting that every minute of the day.
Isn't that beautiful? Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, wait a minute, the horseshoes are in my chest.
Yeah, what an image, isn't
Hammer.
that? And
Yeah.
and the amazing, so this, and we have this incredible process now, Morris and I, where we're working on this bigger project of me setting his poems to music. Um, but in their original form, without getting too esoteric and taking a lot of time, in their original form, they don't work as song lyrics all that well. They kind of need to be adapted. And so um, he's willing to change his Pulitzer Prize winning poems to my specifications, which is ridiculous. But so I'll feel something happening with one of the poems, and then most of them are connected to what I'm calling melodic DNA from the Appalachian Sound Archives, housed in Berea, Kentucky. You might know that town a little bit,
Just a
and
little.
just a little. And so the kind of melodic DNA in this song is a field recording of a woman named Addie Graham singing a railroad song. And so I like hear something in that, and I go back to Morris and I say, I think that should be in I've got a heap of horseshoes. And then in the poem, that line is in the poem, I've got a heap of horseshoes nested in my chest. But in the poem, it says they're just like heavy, heavy birds. And for some reason, that didn't make it into the song. But there are things that aren't in the poem that are in the song, and the kind of at the end of the day, it ends up having the same overall impact. It's an amazing thing that he's doing.
That is really exciting to hear you describe the process
Hmm.
of the two of you coming together and how new things are birthed,
Yeah.
really. Um, and taking the music, I love the what you said, melodic DNA, out of these resources that we have, but
Hmm.
they're fresh because of the new way in which you are engaging, textualizing, and connecting them. That's so exciting. It could go on and on, and so it makes me think about things in much different ways than I never thought of before. Wow.
Good.
Got a heap of horseshoes. People gonna be saying, "You got what?"
What in
But
your
we go
chest?
poetic.
Isn't it? Yeah. That's the great thing about poems is you can,
Yes,
you know.
yes. Tell me about that picture behind you.
Oh yeah, this was painted by my friend Donald Saff, local, beautiful local painter. And speaking of, like, the lyrics to this song are slightly mysterious, and I also think this painting is rather mysterious, and that I think it's like a story. There's like a myth, but we've lost what the myth is, and all we have left is this painting. Um, and Donald kind of agrees too. He doesn't know what the story is, but he thinks there's one there. And so there's this kind of half cow, half person with three faces emerging from behind a tree. Kind of feels like they're coming from a different world. The birds have halos and human heads.
It invites us to go. Some of are very. It doesn't take a second for me to think creatively and imaginatively, and this kind of place invites us to explore so many different ways of being and thinking. And sometimes I think we don't do that as much as
Hmm.
we should. To just be creative and just what if, and let it fly, and ideas and thoughts, and because that's how new things are birthed and how they come to be.
Yeah.
So that was exciting to look at that and think of that. I'm going back to that heap of horseshoes, and the tune that you got is so beautiful. I
Hmm.
mean, it just sticks with you. It's like right. So that is your big thing right now. You just released this new
Yeah.
um, thing. What else you got up your sleeve?
Well, let's see. We have this trip coming up in September. Kathy and I are taking a group of singers to Ghana, and there are, I think, 6 spaces left on that trip.
Is it? I didn't hear the update. Y'all better come on and sign in. It's going to be a jam. We are having a blast.
Yes, it's going to be fabulous. So check out turtledoveheart. I'm trying to talk and type the name of the artist. Um, Check out turtledoveharmony.org for the Ghana trip. And uh, I think my springs are kind of quiet. I'll be here and getting the garden going. And I have some school residencies coming up this spring, which will be nice. It's great that those are starting up again. You know, they were obviously suspended for the past couple of years. So those are coming back online, which will be great.
Yes, Brendan, I have had so many people recently come to me and just say how they're grateful
Yeah,
that we are able to come together
yeah,
live and share and hear singing and just enjoy. Oh my goodness. And yes, I just did a program that we had to put on ice for 2 years. And that was really successful. And people, they said they were almost in tears. Yes, we get to come again
yeah.
together.
And I haven't, I've been able to do in-person work with uh, adults and some teens, and obviously online things with adults, but I haven't done any work with children in 2.5 years.
Wow.
So that'll be fun to return to. We're going to do some cranky making and some contra dancing.
Ooh. I do want to share that some of the folks in our chat have been talking about two things. One is the painting behind you,
Hmm.
and other ideas that come to mind from watching it and things that come that they just flash in their heads. It's been
Yeah.
wonderful, and others talking about the concept of the partnership with the poet and the
Hmm.
musician and the
Yeah.
composer, and how often that give and take happens. And Bob talked about how Sondheim often did a poem that was different from the song lyrics, but that is pretty common because you just give and take, and it's so enriching. You know.
Yeah. It's been such a huge education. Like, I was aware of the difference between lyrics and poems before, but like working directly with a poet and like really getting into the nitty gritty has been so educational. And it goes both ways. Like, it's really easy to think of lyrics that would make terrible poems, you know,
Yes.
like love, love me do, you know, I love you. Like, that doesn't even get to Hallmark card level.
Not.
Not even close. But it's a fabulous song, right?
Yes.
And conversely, like, there's just some stunning poems that
Right.
are not going to work as a song. So like being able to collaborate and work together and try and pinpoint some of the things, and it's not just meter and rhyme scheme, it's kind of how ideas are delivered. Um,
And that melody and the rhythm of
yeah,
it and the feel. And because remember, we just heard your instrumental where there were no words there, but we still felt the
yeah,
flow of it in the
yeah,
story of the music.
yeah.
All of that together, fab. Our time is like almost out, and we want to hear Heap of Horseshoes one more time.
All
Um,
right.
now I better grab some announcements or say some before we go, and that
Okay.
is that Daily Antidote of Song is been nominated for the Whammy Awards, which is a Washington Area Musical Arts
Really,
Award,
it's
right?
not just about George Michael.
No, I don't think so. Did you want to say something, Joe, about that? Let us know.
Fake,
Uh,
fake, fake. I got hair. Fake, fake, fake.
what Brendan said, actually. Just there's some exciting news that we actually made it to the finals. So we are now a finalist for the Whammies, and everybody keep your fingers crossed. It's with the judges now, so there's no more voting. It's just a judging thing. So thanks so much, Kathy B and Brendan. Today has been unbelievably fabulous, and Brendan, we'd love to hear that whole song again.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely. Let her rip.
Yeah, so we'll go out with that, and I will just like if you all have a chance to go and check out the album, that would mean a lot. And even if you just listen to it, that with now that our lives are all subsumed under the algorithms, like just the fact of you going and listening to it will kind of help it uh, maybe emerge through the saturation. And if you like it, tell a friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
And here's Heap of Horseshoes. I've got a heap of horseshoes nested in my chest. It's your hand that makes them ring. Till you sing, I'll do the rest. How I wonder if you're knocking, or if you're fooling me. Are you peeping through the hole? Have you found the bony key? When you nestle in my chest walls, do you hammer on my roof? I can feel your gentle tap, like a baby in the crib. Oh, my ribs are polished iron, how they sing inside the dark. When I feel your hammer fall, then I see the silver spark. I wish you'd lift the latch ball and open wide the door. When I feel your hammer fall, then I know what singing's for. I've got a heap of horseshoes nested in my chest. It's your hammer makes them ring. Till you sing, I'll do the rest. It's your hammer makes them ring. Till you sing, I'll do the rest.
To sing out to the rest. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Brendan.
everybody.
One another of our members here said they love the sound of that gourd banjo. I do
Thank you.
too. It's sweet.
Jason
It's
Romero makes amazing
gentle.
instruments.
What'd you say?
Jason Romero makes amazing
Yes.
instruments.
Oh my goodness. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, sweet sound. So don't forget now, check out Brenda's new album on the Bandcamp website.
That's right.
Heap of Horseshoes.
That's right.
And let the daily antidote of song, folks, make that difference.
Yeah. Share it far and wide, please.
Huh?
Share it far and wide, please.
Far and wide. So it really lands and sits on the fifth. Oh, I'm gonna not talk music. I just know
there's
that's
a
it.
lot of 5-chord. Yeah.
Yes, but I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I think we have to go, y'all. We have to stop for today, and then we see you again tomorrow with yet another phenomenal musician. Thank you again, Brendan. That was so rich
Thank
and
you all.
wonderful. For the song, for the glimpse into the connections, to the depth, and to inviting us to go, about that heap of horseshoes, about, what's ratting around there. Okay. And we got other good stuff going. I don't know if there are any other announcements, Joe. Okay, then I'll just have to say see you later to everybody. Thank you all of the Facebook folk for joining us in being here today. As usual, we have a blast. Do, 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 do. Oh, that's in my head. It's not going to stop. I gotta hear. Okay, stop. A pause. Anyway, so I get to say goodbye to all those who are here in Zoom land, and they join me in thanking you, Brendan, and thanking everybody who's here with us today. Thank you, Joe, for just Joe doing what you do every time, 1,034 days straight. Oh my God. Cranky's Contra and Brendan, someone said, wonderful for the kids that you're going to be working with. Thank you, Jaden, for doing our tech and making all this sound possible, else this wouldn't even happen. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny, for joining us. Thank you, Bob, for joining us. Thank you, Will and the Curly Tops. Thank you, Elizabeth from Portland, Oregon. Thank you from Carolyn. I'm back. Appreciate it. Thank you from Susan from Seattle. And Mama and Papa Curly Tops. Love ya. And Arlene from Berkeley, California. Kathleen. Can y'all still hear me where I'm playing this piano in the back? Dory, thank you. Abani from Boise. Hoda, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Susan G. Kate in Charlottesville, Virginia. Linda in Orkins Island, way over on the other side of the ocean. Thank you, Ann in Silver Spring. Thank you, Jane in Texas. Kathy M. Fred in Silver Spring. Jim in New York City. Kevin in D.C. with that flute. One day I'm going to get to hear it for real. Looking forward. Feeling Totness, Cat in Vermont. Thank you all. And in Nashville. Laris in the UK, former UK. Diane, thank you for joining us. Deborah in Kentucky. Gary, Massachusetts. Say hey to Christy. And then in California and Storm, always wonderful to see you. Julie in Ontario, Canada. Linda in Concord, Mass. Diddy, Aloysius, good to see you. Deli and Bob in Rockville, Maryland. Kathy and Chico. Where's Kathy? Good to see you. In the Arapaho lands. Amanda, good to see you again. And I want some. Those look like delicious scones or cookies. Oh my goodness. You got to make me run to find something. Susan in Tacoma Park. Nancy and Ruth in Birmingham. There's Penny and Lynn and Jane in Maryland. And then let's see, who else do we have that's here? Rachel's mommy and Leah in Illinois. Thank you all for joining us. Have a marvelous Friday.